We all ready?
Let's make it quick. Yeah.
Let's do it. Half-hour episode, right, Ben?
Hey, amen, brother.
All right. Here we go. Everybody recording on their mics in 3, 2, 1.
We all good?
Yep. Up and running.
Good. Perfect. All right. Ready? Here we go.
Yep.
We are Guys in Shorts, your weekly podcast for sports, entertainment, pop culture, and pandemics, apparently. We'll try to go light on the coronavirus stuff this week. But before we get into this week's episode, please take a quick minute to give us a review wherever you're listening. It only takes a minute, and it really does help us out. We sure would appreciate it. You can also give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram at Guys in Shorts Pod. On the show this week, we'll be talking a little bit about our experiences in quarantine over the last week. What are we going on? I think it's 10 days for me now.
10 work days, yeah.
Oh my gosh. I haven't driven a car
like
in 10 days. I haven't left the house. At least 100.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We'll discuss that. Plus, Pornhub is changing the world for the better, apparently. We'll talk about that. And Vic's got some ideas on fun things to do while in quarantine. And plus, my wife and I started a business while we're stuck in coronavirus. Actually, we started it before coronavirus, but thought I'd mention that because timing
seriously.
couldn't be worse. But anyway, I'm going to mention that, and then also, of course, we got to talk some sports. We've got football to discuss. Todd Gurley is a Ram no more, as is Greg Zuerlein, which that just came out shortly before recording. And plus, Marcus Mariota's got some thoughts on Derek Carr and the Raiders. And could Cam Newton maybe be a perfect match with the Patriots? Who knows? Let's find out on this week's episode. I'm Jeff Wilson, and that right there is Victor Costello.
Quarantine sucks.
Oh, my God. You are preaching to the choir, my friend. They are the worst. Hey, it's Ben Garcia.
Hoop-de-hoo.
And Darren Besa.
You guys realize that the only reason why we're in quarantine is because somebody ate a bat? Who eats a bat?
Is that how it happened?
Supposedly, that's the theory, that it somehow happened in Wuhan where somebody had eaten a bat.
Oh, my God. Come on, people. Don't eat
stupidity.
bats. Don't eat
bats.
Ooh, Ben. You're mixing it up this week. It's a little Golden Road, huh?
Yeah.
No whiskey?
Not Pabst.
I got the whiskey here, but it was running low, so I had to get a beer just in case.
There you go. I'm going to go with my whiskey. Now, we're real quick, last week's episode was rough. We did that over the phone, and we just recorded our individual tracks and sent them together. This week, we're using Zoom to do video chatting. So far, I'm liking this a lot better. Something about seeing your ugly mugs that just helps with the energy and being able to know who's talking, and there doesn't seem to be the delay that there was with the phone. But I'm trying to record this, and who knows, maybe we'll post this on YouTube. So check our YouTube channel out, because this could be fun. I feel very Brady Bunch-ish. Vic, how you doing over there? Hey, Ben, what's going on?
Wow.
Darren?
Yeah.
I love this.
All of our young visitors, or all of our young listeners are like, what is he talking about?
No clue at all.
These guys are old.
Don't lie to yourself. We don't have any young listeners.
That's what 10 days stuck at your house will do to you. It'll drive you crazy.
So true.
Oh, my gosh. We were literally, so the only thing we've been really doing to get out of the house is going for walks. And my wife and I were walking down the street, and we get to this section where it's just sidewalk, and there's street, like a main street on one side and a brick wall on the other. And we see a bike riding towards us. And we're like, what do we do? What do we do? He's coming towards us, 6 feet, social distancing. He's like, it's literally panic that someone
I know you
is
held
gonna...
your breath, right?
Well, we did. Luckily, she was actually about to jump into the street with cars coming, whatever. Pregnant woman jumping in the street. I don't know what she's thinking, but luckily he saw us and he was kind enough to ride his bike off the curb and into the street. But it's nuts. It's nuts how you're just trying to avoid people at all costs.
Yeah, I was telling Nicole the other night that we're watching TV shows and stuff, and when I see somebody give like hugging or kissing on a TV show, it seems so foreign. It seems weird. I'm like, why are they touching? Oh wait, it's a TV show which was filmed, a long time ago. It's okay. It's fine.
Yeah.
But it's weird. It's definitely weird.
So strange how you think like even just 1 week ago and our mindsets and how it's changed since then is just crazy. I was so excited to get a loaf of bread from Costco that I did the order from Costco. I felt like, oh yes, I'm providing for my family. I got us bread. I was worried we were going to run out of bread. I got bread. It's like, what?
Awesome.
Have you guys made any transactions over like handing over your credit card? You ever notice how you hand over a credit card nowadays? It's with 2 fingers.
Yeah.
And they accept it with 2 fingers.
Yeah, because those are the 2 fingers you're going to clean.
Exactly. Yeah.
I would know that if I'd interacted with anyone in the last 10 days. I haven't left the house. I haven't interacted with anyone. Yeah. Look, I mean, my wife, she's pregnant, as I've mentioned before, and she's like, you know what? It's not worth risking it. And so I was like, it's one of those things where, we're all in. We're all in on not exposing ourselves to anything because, it's like one little slip up and then all of this was for nothing,
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Anyway, having said
Be
that.
safe.
Ben, why don't you talk about this website? I think you've mentioned it before. None of us are really familiar with it, but Pornhub?
You sent me the link to the website.
Right. Yeah.
So, okay, some of the way that I go to bed at night, and we kind of talk about it,
This is a great start.
it has nothing to do with that.
just
It's
set
about
Ben
doing
up.
research for the show.
Set Ben up for a story, and he will definitely paint the whole picture and give details that are
Seriously.
not needed.
Two weeks ago.
Continue.
No,
To get a
so
good night's rest.
You want to light
so
some
every
candles?
night that I go to bed, I read Yahoo and I'm just checking news for stories that we can do on the show. And everything 100% has been related to coronavirus. So literally it's taken that fun away from me. There's no sports to report on. There's no, Kardashian stories to report on. Like literally everything is about what's going on with coronavirus. So when this Pornhub story popped up, I thought this is terrific. At least, even if it's about coronavirus, at least, it has something to do with, something else.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So basically what it was saying, and this was as of March 17th, that traffic on Pornhub has risen 12%.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. So then they give some statistics. So at the time, there was 2 nations that were fully quarantined themselves, and that was Spain and France. So Pornhub was nice enough to give them free premium service where they don't have to pay to get the premium content. And that Spain was up 61%, France was up 38%, and collectively those 2 countries were up 57%.
Wow.
So then
That's pretty nuts.
So then they start looking at the data and they said, okay, well, what time are people watching? So if I was to ask you, what time of day or evening do you think that you would see the largest shoot up in volume on Pornhub's website?
Gosh. At night, right?
I'm going to say in the morning.
Yeah,
I'd say at night.
I'm going with night.
Okay,
go
so
with
it was
morning.
3 a.m, and
Oh.
they were assuming that either people were working from home and didn't have to wake up early the next day, because really it's about just putting in the time versus being there 8 to 5. And that the other big one was, so they were up 31% at 3 a.m, and they're up 26% at 1 p.m. So they figured that people stressed out midday or just decided that their lunch break is going to be visiting Pornhub.
Little afternoon delight. Yeah,
That's right.
absolutely.
So that was pretty much it. It didn't have a whole lot of content in the story, but again, it was more about just reading something that didn't have to do with people
my
dying.
gosh. That makes
Yeah,
us
that's always good.
2 of your favorite things: statistics and
Wait a minute.
websites.
If they had thrown in an Excel spreadsheet, it was the trifecta right there.
Actually,
jam.
I have a quick question, and Ben, you might be able to answer this one. What's the difference between the Pornhub premium version?
I
It's a
don't
good
know.
question.
Oh, you don't know? Okay. I mean,
Even better answer.
you're blushing.
Ben's not familiar with that website.
No, I'm assuming, and I don't know this to be true, but I'm assuming that there are certain videos with certain actresses that if you want to
Okay.
watch the full thing, you have to have the premium service. If you want the
Okay.
clip, you can go to the free one.
Okay.
Okay.
A friend of Ben's told him that that's what it is. Oh, man.
Good
Well,
stuff.
good stuff. So other than watching porn on Pornhub, Vic, you got some ideas for us? Because I am looking for any and everything to possibly do while I'm in quarantine.
Yes, actually, I'm gonna show the video. I actually did some
Wow.
research and I wrote some stuff down.
Oh, awesome.
Just so you guys can see, I actually prepared for today's show.
Wow. Well done.
But that was a perfect segue because that kind of the free premium stuff on Pornhub is kind of like what I'm talking about here. But let's go ahead and get started here. So there's an author whose name is Jarrett J. Krozokska, and I'm hoping I'm pronouncing his last name right because it's a really
Probably not.
weird
Probably
spelled last name.
He's used to
But
it.
he really is. He is the author of a graphic novel called Hey Kiddo, and he also does a kids series that's called Lunch Lady. But he's an artist and an author, and on YouTube he is offering free drawing lessons, and it's called Draw Every Day. And he kind of walks you through I think he's on day 10 or 11 now, or video 10 or 11 now, but he walks you through every day, and you get to learn how to draw for free from a guy who's a professional and gets paid to do it. So I thought that
It's
was
like
kind of
Bob
cool.
Ross. It's
Yeah,
like, it's
I
like the Bob Ross videos.
Does he paint happy little trees?
Not
I'll
as
tell
cool.
you what, I just recently found Bob Ross again on YouTube.
Yes.
I watched a bunch of those episodes, and it takes me back to my childhood. And I'm like, dude, that guy turns like great paintings out of nothing. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I love that you had the time to watch Bob Ross videos.
Hey, listen, we're on quarantine, man. You can only
Yeah.
watch
That's
right.
so much Kardashians.
That's right.
That's true.
That's right. So much Oh, that's awesome. Well, another great thing that's going on right now, and I actually just signed up today for this service, and I'm hoping that I'll actually follow through. But Fender
Personals?
is offering free guitar lessons online. Yeah,
That's
it's for
pretty
the
cool.
first. Yeah, it's for the first 100,000 users, but I was able to sign up today, so I'm assuming that there's still spots available. But yeah, they're offering it's acoustic, electric, or bass or ukulele, and then you get to choose like what genre you want to do. So it could be like
Whoa.
pop, folk, blues, rock, whatever you want to choose. So yeah,
That's-
so I'm excited to actually do that.
That is a great idea. I actually, a few years ago, tried to pick up learning the bass, and the bass guitar is actually not difficult at all. Ben,
Oh wow.
Tim Ferguson was full of crap on how difficult it is. That's a
He
little.
was able to memorize everything because it's 3 notes.
Yeah, that's a little inside, but yeah, I know. It's just, pick up the bass guitar, even if you're not musically inclined. It's pretty easy, and it's fun to just play along with, songs that you love. I'll definitely look into that one because
Yeah, I think Jeff is gonna have to play the guitar for us on one of these podcast episodes now.
gladly. I'm embracing any and every opportunity I have because I've
seriously,
realized
right?
being cut off from the world, you don't realize
sucks.
you realize how much you take for granted just in everyday life. Like I would
Yeah.
love
Yeah, seriously.
to be sitting in traffic right now. I
I wouldn't go
That's
that
so true.
Yeah.
Ben,
Well,
that's,
not
that's a
Ben.
little much for Ben.
Yeah, but I agree
that's
with you,
even
Jeff.
too much
I
for
would.
me.
I take it all for granted. I love it. I miss the outside world so much. All right, Vic, what else you got?
Well, if you miss the outside world that much, you might as well learn something about the outside world, right?
Oh,
So
yes.
colleges all across the country are offering free online classes, and this is including Harvard and Yale. So if you want to get some Ivy League education, that's not how you say it.
Yeah, that's close.
Education.
Yeah, that too. If you want to get some good education out there, Harvard and Yale, I hear that they're pretty good. But yeah, you can kind of look it up and see they're offering all kinds of free stuff right now. It's pretty cool.
That's
Nice.
Hey,
very
how are you
cool.
guys doing on your New Year's resolution to read a book a month this year? Because you got a ton of time to make some catch
Yeah,
up right now.
seriously. Yeah.
Did I have that resolution?
Yes, you did.
I don't think it was every month. I think it was.
I think it was a book a month. It was
6.
12 books for the year.
No, I did that years ago, and I actually succeeded at it. But I have
Well
tried
done,
it a couple
sir.
times since and not succeeded. Although technically I have, because I've been reading kids' books to my wife's belly, which those count.
Dr. Seuss.
Hey, that
books.
counts. Those are books. Those are
Yeah.
books.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Awesome.
Uh,
I know. Okay, here you go. Here's something I know you guys are absolutely going to love, and if you log off right now and go do it, I don't blame you. But Broadway HD is actually streaming classic shows right now. All these King and I, Jeff, you're familiar with Oklahoma, stuff like that. They're all they're all streaming that stuff on.
I'd rather read 12 books a year.
I'd rather go back to Kardashian reruns.
I don't blame you guys.
So there's.
Have you guys
streaming-
heard of this?
Well,
Have you
wait,
heard
I
of
got a
this?
question on that.
Yes.
I got a question on that. So they're streaming old shows, Broadway shows. Now, are those things typically shows you can get anywhere, like on DVD or online or anything? I didn't.
I'm assuming if you had like old DVDs that they're there. Normally, it's like it's something you have to pay for, but they're offering it free right now.
Well, that's cool.
So, yeah,
Awesome.
not bad at all. So, I'm going to send you guys a link to this. You can join it if you want to or not. But there is an app that has become very popular during these quarantine times, and it's called House Party. And it's pretty much Zoom, what you see right here with everybody. You can see everybody, but you play games. And so you could play like we played a game that's similar to, what's that game with the black box? Now I'm losing my mind.
Pong.
Xbox?
No, with the cards where you have to choose which one is the best one of
Minesweep?
whatever.
Go
No,
Fish?
no, an actual physical card game. Oh gosh, I can't remember the name of it
Uno?
now.
Solitaire?
No,
War.
you guys are so old.
Rummy. Bridge.
Yeah. Oh my god.
A card game with a black box.
Yeah, it's a long black box and it's hilarious. Like it's
This
an
is great
adult.
podcast.
It's an adult
Oh,
game.
Cards Against Humanity.
Yes, so you can play a version of
yeah,
that
yeah.
online.
I was
you
thinking
could play
playing cards.
You could play like drawing games. Like there's all these kind of games that you can actually play on there with people all at the same time. So we've been doing it with Nicole's family, with Tony and her sister and her husband, and it's pretty fun. Like
That's
you sit
cool.
there and you crack up. Yeah, and you get to see everybody too, which is kind of
Yeah.
fun. It's called House Party. It's actually pretty fun.
Victor, actually, going back to House Party, I had a little story. My son, he normally at this time we've been setting schedules. All right, you're going to bed at 11 o'clock. I caught him 2 nights ago up in his room until
Watching Pornhub.
2. Well, no. He doesn't have the
At 3 in the morning.
He doesn't have the premium content, so that can't happen.
He uses daddy's password.
I caught him at 2:45 in the morning. I'm all, Aiden, what are you doing?
Yeah.
He's on House Party
See?
with all his friends, playing
Yeah.
games and kind of doing what we're doing. He sees all their faces.
Yeah.
At 2:45 in the morning, I'm like, fool, go to bed.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he's on that thing because I feel like these days the kids just go play on the Xbox or the PS5 or whatever.
That's old news. You can't see your friends on that.
Yeah, you
so-
can't. Yeah,
Really?
the cool thing about this is you can actually see your friends all at the same time, and that's
Yeah.
I think that's the appeal of it.
Or you can see 3
is
friends
this
in
kind
Vic.
of thing pushing video games out, or is it? No, it's just.
This comes after they play 8 hours on the console.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So they're still getting their video game fix. This is
Of
just
course.
mixing
Oh
it
yeah.
up. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Speaking of numbers going through the roof, there's similar numbers, not at 3 a.m., but for online, like the online gaming, like Stream and what is there, Epic Games, like all these online streaming gaming areas, the numbers are like flying through the roof because obviously people have nothing else to do. So that's
Really?
what they're doing is playing video games. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, Good for them.
Sounds terrible.
Actually, talking
I'd
about
rather sleep.
talking about the game thing. So this Saturday we have a game night scheduled with your brother Ben, actually Robbie and Danny, who.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, long story.
Yeah.
They're friends of my wife's and mine and Ben's brother. But we both bought the same home escape room game. Have you guys ever played one of those?
No, nuh-uh.
Not the home version.
Yeah, it's like an escape room, but it's in a box, and it's actually a ton of fun. We've gone to
That's
their house
cool.
and played one before. Your brother and sister-in-law are phenomenal at it, by the way, Benjamin. But it's actually a ton of fun. You can only play it once because you got to rip things and fold things and do all kinds of stuff. But it's a ton of fun. So we bought the same one, and so we're gonna try and video.
Oh,
chat
that's awesome,
and
dude.
do it together, because you're just trying to figure out puzzles and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So we'll see.
Yeah,
how
you got to
it
let
goes.
us know how that works out
I
for
will
sure.
report back next week.
Thank you.
Well,
I
defi-
appreciate it.
Definitely let us know because Ben, Victor, and myself didn't get invited. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I wouldn't have accepted
Don't
anyway.
worry.
Yeah, I can guarantee Ben's not sad about that.
No, I'm
Aaron-
good. There are certain things that when I don't get invited to it, like Star Wars premieres, that I just don't care.
Those are great.
By the way, I
What's up,
saw
man?
episode 5.
Did you?
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh! How
Much
did we
better.
not lead with that story?
Much better.
Yeah, seriously.
Yes,
High five.
he likes
So
it.
I'm looking forward to watching 6.
Fantastic!
Wow.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Empire Strikes Back definitely steps it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that Star Wars is the classic, or Episode 4 is the original, and we gotta love it. But 5 is that's where it really gets good.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice. Good job, Ben. Well done. That's
I got
exciting to
time
hear.
on my hands, man, and I'm not gaming, and I'm not watching Pornhub at 3 a.m. So there's only certain things I can watch. I
Yeah.
figured I'll probably get through all 9 episodes of Star Wars.
I love it. I love it. What else we got, Vic?
Just a couple more things. So there are a lot of companies right now that are waiving either fees or taking away data caps or whatever it is that they're offering. They're offering premium content, like Ben had mentioned earlier, for free. And like a few of them are Zencaster, which is one of the podcasting apps I've talked about to the guys before, not here on the show, but separately. They're taking away anybody can use their premium content right now, which is kind of cool. I know T-Mobile took away data caps from people who don't have unlimited plans, but I don't know how you don't have an unlimited plan anymore. There's companies like Discord.
I don't.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That makes sense.
I still have an AOL email
He's
too,
using
man.
dial-up.
So
Yeah.
You're aging yourself. Ben has 200 rollover minutes every month.
I literally roll over talk minutes all the time because I hardly talk.
That just made my
You're a
day.
keeper.
Seriously.
Oh man.
But yeah, check it out. Look online. There's a whole bunch of companies are doing this, so check it out. And
Nice.
lastly, I'm going to tweet this out on our Twitter right now. But on Reddit, I found a link to 2,780 free ebooks and 100 free audiobooks, completely free. Oh, nice! Look at that. Well done, sir. And I'm also going to send out a separate link that's going to have 23 streaming services offering free access right now. Oh, wait. What happened there?
Uh-oh.
What was that?
Oh.
Did you guys see that on the
Ran out
screen?
of time?
No, I think
Added
think-
unlimited minutes.
I think they gave us a free.
Oh.
I don't know. Let's keep going.
Okay, anyways.
All right.
So 23 streaming services that are offering free access right now. Some of those include like a 3-month or a 2-month, but you can get these free accesses hopefully for as long as we're in quarantine. We'll see. And some of them are just like, I know Amazon is showing kids stuff for free that you can just watch now that used to be in their Prime audio. You don't have to have Prime anymore. Check it out. I'm going to send out that link, both of those links on our Twitter right now. So please check out our Twitter account if you're interested in any one of those two.
Yes, at Guys in Shorts Pod. Well done, Vic. Good stuff. All right, we got to keep this
Thank
moving
you. Here goes
because
the tweet.
This video program that we're using cuts us off at 40 minutes, so we got to keep this to a legit 35-minute episode because I think we goofed around for the first 5. All right. Next up, I real quick wanted to mention, and I'll make this quick. So my wife, I've mentioned before, she's a marriage and family therapist, and she's been doing very well for herself and professionally, and so we thought, let's start a group counseling center with some therapists that we can kind of vet so that she has someone to refer people to, because her schedule's kind of filled up. And it's kind of a cool thing. I've kind of taken the business side of it, and she's taken, kind of the compliance side and making sure that, we have the right people in place that are good and moral and, good therapists and whatnot. So we lease an office space. This is the first time I'd actually, started a business myself, and so
Nice.
we got all the the documents filed with the state and got our office space leased and our insurance set up and get moved into the office, got it all furnished, and then coronavirus hits and
Yeah.
you pretty much can't go into your office. So
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
yeah. So luckily with therapy, so my wife, she's been seeing all her clients over telehealth. So it's essentially, video chat for a
Yeah,
session.
we've actually used something similar to that. It's called Teledoc.
It's called what?
Teledoc?
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. For like doctor
For doctors,
visits and
yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, I did that one time. It's the greatest thing in the world, actually, because
Yeah, it's
you don't
really
have to
cool.
leave your house. You don't have to go sit in a doctor's office. And you just go,
Robitussin.
take a little tussle.
That's it.
Just a little tussle.
That's all you need.
Just
all
lay
you
down,
need.
go to sleep, drink some Robitussin, wake up in the morning, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
But I just, I guess I kind of wanted to give a quick, plug for the counseling center because we're because of the coronavirus and we're, not seeing any clients at the office. We are doing our counselors are doing telehealth sessions, and we're offering that. So you guys ever do therapy or anything like that? Couples therapy, individual therapy?
we'd never admit it.
Well.
Wow.
I don't blame you at all. And that's actually where I was before meeting my wife, and then we started dating, and she pushed me into therapy. Just
I
kidding.
think the stigma out there, though, is that couples therapy is like the last option. If you're at that
Yeah.
point in time, I think the
Makes
next
sense.
step is possibly
Yep.
divorced. And I'm
That's-
not saying that couples therapy is not worth it. If you need the help, if you need the assistance, your wife is a great example, mending those relationships. But I personally have not. So, but
Yeah.
that's the stigma out there, and that's not necessarily true, though.
And I joke.
No.
I was going to say, I joke. My wife and I had it before we got married.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, you
and
did
it
the
was one of those-
premarital? Did it
We
help?
did.
Premarital,
It,
yeah.
it absolutely did because there was like some fundamental things that at being close to 40 years old for me and her in her early to mid 30s, it was one of those things where it's like you've lived your whole life without sacrificing and without really taking other people's, feelings into consideration.
Yeah.
And so by going, it gave us that opportunity to have a neutral party there and to really kind of be able to just say, well, this is what I'm thinking. And then have the other person be able to hear it without responding, just saying, that's the stupidest idea I've ever heard. So, well, which is usually my response.
I was going
when
to
she would
say, yeah, we know
something.
who was saying that.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where we did go and it worked out well for us. And I mean, here we are 7
Awesome.
years later and it's fantastic. So I
That's
would
cool.
highly recommend, don't wait till the end. Make sure that when you do it, it's before you get married, before you get into that, so that you really fully understand the person you're getting married to.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's
For sure.
easier to do the preventative stuff than the after the problems have started. But both are beneficial. My wife and I win. It's been a huge help for us. If you could go and have someone help you figure out how to talk to your wife or your partner, why wouldn't you? Like that's one of
Yeah.
the most difficult things there is to figure out what the other person's trying to
You're
say.
right, because we use common sense, and I'm not going to say what they use.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
And it's recorded.
Oh
It's
my
live.
God! I'll have
Yep.
nothing to
Hey,
do
my
with
wife
that
doesn't
comment.
listen to the show. It's no big deal.
Yeah. Anyway, if anyone out there is interested in checking us out, Rise Counseling, Rise with a Z, RIZE, counseling.com. You can find us there. That's our website. We're scheduling online sessions. It's a real reasonable rate. And we'd love to, we're taking individuals, couples, teens, kind of, I know a lot of people out there are feeling isolated and kind of cut off from the world. Not everybody has a podcast they can do and get this out. So, if you need to talk or whatever you're going through, the life doesn't stop just because of this. If you have other life problems, give
Or
us
call our phone number and
call.
leave us a voicemail. We'll figure it out for you.
Or that. Yes. We should do some online or some therapy on the pod. We'll do Ben's advice. I feel like
Yeah. No, you leave a voicemail. I'll give you my advice. Yeah. That's how
That
it
we
works.
believe. We
and
totally
then
believe that.
Vic will give you the right advice. All right.
And Ben will shoot straight from the hip.
That's enough of
That's
that.
right.
We
I
got about
resent that.
5 minutes left, so let's talk some football. We got to get some sports in. Oh my gosh. Todd Gurley's gone. Darren, what the heck?
Yes. Todd Gurley is gone. You know what? For those fans of the Rams back in 2018, where we thought this was going to be our team for the next few years, the 2020 season is not necessarily going to be the same. There are a lot of talent on this team that is no longer there. Jeff, you mentioned Todd Gurley. The Rams cut him last week as of Thursday. By doing so, we avoid paying him about $10.5 million. The very next day, not 24 hours later, he gets picked up by Atlanta Falcons. So if you are a Todd Gurley fan, he is no longer with the team. However, with that being said, there has something to be said about his knee. Atlanta Falcons offered him a contract. As of today, 7 days later, that contract has not been signed.
Oh, really?
Why?
Because he wants more money.
Well, not necessarily more money, just because, first of all, he can't get a physical, so we have no idea what his condition is with the knee. Due to COVID-19, he can't visit the team facilities, and the team doctors necessarily can't go ahead and evaluate his knee. So he needs an independent person to take a look at his knee and provide that information over to Atlanta Falcons. And so far, 7 days later, that has not been done.
Well, if it wasn't for this COVID-19, you would have been able to pee on his knee and he would have been fine.
I actually thought about that, but
Can I just say that I've been warning you about this since Super Bowl?
You
I kept asking you guys,
Yes.
what is wrong with Todd Gurley?
Yeah.
They're not telling you the truth. What is going on? Are you sure Todd Gurley's all right? Nobody wants to listen to me.
Vic, we got to start listening to you, my friend.
we don't.
Coronavirus, Todd Gurley, you called them all first.
And it's not just Todd Gurley. Clay Matthews is no longer with the team. Corey Littleton signed on with the Raiders. As of earlier today, Greg Zuerlein, Legatron, is no longer a Rams. He was picked up by the Cowboys.
Is that because he lost
along
us
with-
that game against Seattle?
Well, he lost us a few games, but last season definitely was not a very good season for Greg the Legs. So, again, you know what? If you're going to put the best product on the field, that's going to be minus Todd Gurley for the 2020 season, and that's going to be minus Greg Zuerlein for the 2020 season. So,
Darren,
Yeah?
prepare yourself.
Yes.
7-9 this season. You're going to open the stadium with a 7-9 record.
the timing of this all doesn't make sense. You kind of wish that 2018 season was supposed to be the 2020 season with that brand new stadium.
Yeah.
It's not it. And for Rams fans, you need to be very, very aware that this season isn't going to play out how you think it is. It's not going to be no rainbows and butterflies, Mr. Jeff
Oh,
Wilson.
that's
They're
great.
not going 16-0.
Because I think it's going to be a dumpster fire, so it's not going to play out like that.
Wow.
Fantastic. Excellent. Good. It's going to be 16-0. Whoop, whoop. All right.
Jeff, not going to be 16-0.
All right.
You guys may as well hire Jeff Fisher, man, because you're going to be in that territory for a
Oh,
while.
don't you dare. You shut your mouth.
That's
All right,
horrible.
we got to
You said
keep
the
this
F
thing moving. We were going to talk about the awful logo, but there's nothing to say. The new
It's
Ram
not
should
this
look
one,
bad.
so it
It's
doesn't
bad.
awful.
matter.
Yeah.
Well done. Well said, Darren.
Moving on. Ben, you want to talk about your Raiders real quick?
I do. It's super brief. One of the biggest holes that I think that we had last year was as backup quarterback. We had two guys. Neither of them, if Derek Carr had got hurt, would be able to have stepped up and carried that team to at least a 500 record while he was out. And so they went ahead this season and they got Mariota from the
Marcus
Titans.
Mariota. Yeah.
Yep.
And I like the move because he's similar of a player to Derek Carr. He's mobile. He's able to get out of the pocket. He's able to throw on the run. So if Derek Carr was to go down, I think that Mariota would be a serviceable backup quarterback. So I feel like we've seriously stepped up there. What I like about the move and what I like about Marcus Mariota was that he comes in saying this is Derek Carr's team, and the what's the word I'm looking for? The competitive side of a player always wants to be the guy. And so I'm telling you that Marcus Mariota is going in and he's going to showcase all of his abilities and all of his talents to John Gruden and let John know, hey, listen, if you need to go to me, I can be your guy. But he's not going to be openly advocating for that job, right? So he's going to just show his best in practice. He's going to do what he can, and if the time comes, he'll come in and play. Now, where this works out for Marcus Mariota is that it gives him 1 year to learn the system as a backup. And what it does for the Raiders is that, Derek Carr, his guaranteed money ends at the end of the season. They could dump him. And if they believe that he can be the guy, then he steps in next season already having a year under that playbook, ready to step in as QB1. So is Marcus Mariota the answer? Is he going to be the guy that gets the Raiders to a Super Bowl? Probably not. But, is Derek Carr? Who knows?
Yeah.
The thing is that right now the Raiders are building, going into to Las Vegas this season. I truly feel that what they're doing in this offseason is they're going to get themselves right and ready to go at least 10-6 and make some noise in the playoffs. So I'm happy with what the Raiders are doing. They're not going rogue. They're listening to their football people, and we'll see what happens this upcoming season. But I'm happy with what the Raiders are doing.
What's their record going to be?
10-6.
Whoa!
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
6.
Mr. Rainbows and Butterflies over there. You need to get over here on the hate couch, my friend. That's way too positive for you.
Woo.
That's
If you
preseason
think-
talk right there.
If you watched last season, they were playing really good football until Jacobs, their running back, who was a rookie, ran out of gas.
Yeah.
And once they lost him as their number one option, it really curtailed their offense. And defensively, if you remember week 4, they had the linebacker that was suspended. I can't remember his name right now for the entire season. Perfect. They had Perfect. He was suspended for the remainder of the season. They had the Antonio Brown fiasco. So I think this offseason they need to address a wide receiver, whether that be in free agency or be in the draft. If they can resolve that, they can figure out how to run Jacobs less, but to still keep him effective. These are all things that I think John Gruden, he was used to, 10 years ago being able to run a guy 30 times a game. And the game has changed. So if he can figure out how to keep him healthy for the remainder of the season and keep Derek Carr, engaged with a primary wide receiver, I think that this could be a really good team.
All right. I hope for your sake it is. I mean, it's exciting when the Raiders are good.
We will have a better record than the Rams at the end of the season.
All right. We have
Nope.
to. Oh, how dare you? We have to get out of here.
Nope.
Before we go, is Cam Newton going to be a Patriot?
No.
No.
Charger.
I think he should be.
It makes a lot of sense. But you
They-
don't
they
think he
don't
will
sense,
be?
yeah.
They don't have anything in the pipeline, but I think that he's too arrogant to get along with Belichick, and for that reason, they won't get him.
Ooh, that's a good point. Good point. All right. We got to get out of here before Zoom kicks us off. This was fun. I think we might be able to post this on YouTube. So be sure to check out our YouTube page, and I'm sure Vic will tweet it out if we're able to successfully get it up. But that'd be kind of fun
Indeed.
to watch an episode, right? We never been able to do
Yeah.
that before, so hopefully
Yeah.
that works out for you guys. Also, check out the King's Realm. I think they're still recording, and the Definitive 5. all the family of Guys in Shorts podcasts for your top 5 movies. That is a good one also. Be sure to check us out, as I mentioned, on Twitter and Instagram at Guys in Shorts Pod. If you'd like to leave a voicemail for us, 562-450-3356. As always, again, please review the show wherever you're listening. Subscribe also, and spread the word to everyone you know about Guys in Shorts. That's it. All right, we did it. Good stuff.
We did it.
For Victor Costello, Darren Besa, and Ben Garcia, I'm Jeff Wilson. Stay healthy, people.
And stop. Nicely done, gentlemen.